Mike McFarland and a couple other people were apprehensive when we heard they were making more Full Metal. When we heard that Brotherhood was going to happen, we're like, because Full Metal was already great. And we thought that it was just like, oh, they're just trying to make money, and what if this doesn't work? Then we come to find out what they were really doing is trying to please the fans. So that made Brotherhood like better, in a way, than the first time around. The first time around was great, but it's its own thing. And the second one is its own different kind of thing. But as far as playing Winry goes, that was the same. There were some bigger payoffs for me. Some moments that I was really excited about getting to play. Like, I knew what the manga said happened to Winry's parents when we were doing the first series. In the first series, it's Mustang who kills them, and then somebody, has everyone seen it? Okay. Good. So, like, getting to play that scene with when she confronts Scar with the gun and all of that, just like, oh, because I've been waiting since 2005 to do that stuff. You know, like, that was really great. And of course, obviously, the end of the series was like, finally, they get it right. God. Woo!
Yeah.
So, it was great. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I love being Winry. Yes, ma'am. Favorite character, show that I've ever made? Oron. Definitely. Oron. Because it was phrased the favorite show I ever made, like that would be Oron. Because I did get to, like, make it. It was just a fabulous experience, and I loved every minute of it, and it was a dream come true, and what a whirlwind, about 6 or 8 months, that whole process. It's a very... I get nostalgic when I start thinking of it. It's not that long ago, you know, it was just 2008, but it was, I lived and breathed that show for over a year, working on it and introducing it to people, and when we were releasing it and doing a website and all these things. So, it was great. Well, love it. Love it. Yes, Luigi. I'm sorry? What other jobs do I have besides voice acting? Well, the main job that pays the bills is I am an ESL teacher. I teach English as a second language. Thank you. To adults, and it's pretty cool. I like it. When I lived in Spain for a year and a half, and that's what I did there, and came back to the States, and it's taken a while, is still taking time for things to pick up for me as far as voice acting goes. So I was able to get this pretty cool job full-time, teaching ESL. So that's what I do. I like it. I like the international environment. I like the interaction with the students. You know, if you can't live in another country, teaching ESL is the next best thing. All the countries come to you. So about 50% of my students are from South Korea, and the other 50% are comprised of people from India, Nepal, China. I have no Hispanic students in my classes, but the other classrooms do. I don't have a single one, which is sad. But in our school we have folks from Mexico, from Venezuela, also from Brazil and different places. So it's a really cool place to be. I dig it. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry? I'm in the movies? Yes. Mm-hmm. The second one. Remind me of the most recent movie. Yeah, it was different because Winry, she just kind of shows up and she does a few things and she screams a little bit and then she's gone. Like, what just happened? I don't know. And it's harder because normally you can go in, like, to record an episode and the director will say, here's what's going on in the episode, and it takes them 3 minutes to explain it. But here it's like a whole movie. So, okay, so Ed and Al are at this place, you're going to go and you're going to meet Roy Mustang and you're going to talk about it. I'm like, okay. And then the next scene, I've missed another, like, 30 minutes of the film. So I got to get caught up on here's this and this and this, and then this happens. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then you're jumping off a cliff with Ed and everything's on fire. And you're like, okay, whatever you say. Whatever you say. I will just do it in the voice and watch it later and appreciate it then. Right now I don't get it. That's fine. But it's always great to do more Full Metal, and I hope they keep making movies and little side things for us to to do, so long as I can keep doing the voice. I mean, if they come back in 20 years, I don't know. You may have to recast. We'll see. Yes, sir.
Did anybody recognize you while you're teaching?
Does anyone recognize me while I'm teaching? No. No. Nah. There are a few students that like anime, but usually they watch it in their own language, you know, or they watch it in Japanese, you know, with Korean subtitles or something like that. So I don't think anybody has gone like, oh my gosh, you're so-and-so. And only within the last year have I been approached by people outside of the building and conventions who know who I am. There's a girl at the Starbucks near Funimation that like recognized first my voice when I was ordering at the drive-thru. She didn't say anything then, but when I pulled up and I handed her my card and it had my name on it, and I was wearing sunglasses, so she didn't really know, and she's like, oh my gosh, it is you! I'm like, what does that mean? But she's really nice. I don't want you to think she's crazy. I really like her. She's great. She's cool, because now anytime I go, she's like, oh, were you at the studio today? I'm like, yeah, blah, blah, we chat. And another time I was getting a pedicure with my aunt, and we're done, and we're sitting at the thing where you dry your toes, and she and I are just, you know, shooting the breeze and talking about work and conventions and all of this stuff, and there's a girl over in the chairs waiting for it to be her turn, who's just kind of like getting a little antsy. What's up? You have to go. Really? It's 2:15, but when's the signing? Oh, I thought it was at 2:30. Hold up. Because we got started late. We got started at like 1:45 before we've been having a panel at all. Yeah, is 10 minutes cool? Yeah. Please? Okay, yeah, thank you. Here. I guess I need to have shorter answers so we can ask more questions. Right there, in the blue, yeah. Do I like fancy tuna? I've not ever had it. Can you believe that? I've had tuna, but I've never had otoro, which is fancy, like marbled with the fat in it tuna. I've never had it. I'll probably like it whenever I have it. What are you dressed as? I'm Seychelles. Did you know that? Yep, I am. I am. Hi, she's dressed as Seychelles from Italia, and I'm Seychelles in Italia. Even though I've said like 3 words, 2 of them are Italia. Yeah, a little preview for you there. It's fabulous, wasn't it? In the back.
You played a main role as Wolverine in Fullmetal Alchemist.
Yeah, I mentioned Fryn and Fractal, and that is released, I think, at the end of this month. The other really big one is a character named Satellizer L. Bridget in a show called Freezing. All the men, yes. You're sick. It's juvenile. No, she's rad. It's a pretty cool show. It comes out at the end of August. Other than that, I know I did like a 2nd season of Strike Witches. Did they ever release that? Not yet? Okay, well there's that. I'm Isla in Strike Witches. The one from Finland, fake Finland. And I feel like I've mostly just done little things here and there. The big things that I have done since I returned from Spain were Black Butler Season 2, and that's good. I played Hannah, and then one right after the other, I did Satellizer from Freezing and Fryn from Fractal. And since then, I just go in really sporadically, do this and that here and there. I'm about to start work on something that I can't tell you that I'm very excited about. But other than that, it's Full Metal and those shows that I just named. So thanks for asking. Please buy them. Yes, ma'am, in the pretty dress. Oh, she said, when I'm voice acting, do I find myself making funny faces according to the emotions? Absolutely. I'll try and kind of match the face of what I'm looking at. So definitely.